Adam was a cop for 23 years. His instinct has always been to step in when he sensed trouble. So when the retired police officer claims he saw a teen vandalising property, he sprung into action, trying to perform a citizen's arrest. Why then is Adam the one who's now facing charges?
I've always been the good guy. I've always been on the right side of the law, and this time I'm not.
For 23 years, he served his community with pride.
I walked into the academy on the 18th of December 2000. Thought it was the best job on earth.
As a child abuse detective, then highway patrol cop, Adam Sontag has caught hundreds of criminals. He never imagined he'd be accused of being one himself.
I was in the police force about 18 months ago, and I would have been believed. Now that I'm out of the police force and apparently I'm no longer believed, I'm disappointed.
When Adam spotted a masked teenager he claims was vandalising a street sign near his Melbourne home in February, instincts kicked in.
He just walked straight up to the sign and went like that. I actually watched him tag it, and then he started walking on. When I went up and said to him, "Yeah, I saw you could vandalise the sign," or words to that effect.
Adam says he then attempted to make a citizen's arrest.
I've had my phone in one hand with the camera open in one hand. I've taken a photo as he's coming towards me and he had a face mask on. He walked straight up to me. He was going to just barge straight through me, and I grabbed his jacket. He was starting to get aggressive, so I made a decision that I would disengage.
Adam posted the photos on social media to identify the vandal.
Being an ex-copper, I know they're under the pump. I know they're short on resources. I wasn't going to report it to them until I had a name, so that they had a walk-up start.
Instead of being thanked by his former colleagues, Adam was interviewed.
Pretty sure he held up his folder or tapped his folder and goes, "Oh, look, we can give you a caution, and it will go no further." But I wasn't going to cop that because that's just, well, it's straight up wrong.
So police charged him with assault. The accusation, he grabbed the victim by the shirt.
My kids were really worried. They thought Dad was going to jail, or, my kids are quite young, 5, 8, 10 and 12.
There is a right of citizen's arrest.
Former Victorian Chief Magistrate and Crown Prosecutor Nick Pappas, KC.
Whilst people need to be careful not to be rushing in to be vigilantes or anything, why shouldn't people go out and stop alleged offences if they can by arresting the offenders?
Amid surging youth crime, Adam's case raises one very important question. Should you intervene?
A person who finds someone else committing an offence, or they've got a reasonable belief that the person is committing an offence, can use a reasonable amount of proportionate force to prevent the commission of the offence and to bring the offender to justice.
And I even told him under what section of the Crimes Act I was acting under.
While Adam's first court appearance is scheduled for next month, the dad of 4 says it's already thrown his life into disarray.
I'm an assistant coach in my son's sporting team. I've been stood down. We've got a South American exchange student who lives with us. He's going to be living with us for a year. That's all up in the air at the moment because of a working with children card that I hold.
We asked Victoria Police if it had also charged the 16-year-old vandal. They told us they hadn't, but the investigation remains ongoing.
This guy's doing graffiti on a public infrastructure and he just gets let off.
It's not unusual that the person who's the Good Samaritan might end up being the accused person.
And my kids are scared that I'm going to go to jail. I've had my daughters crying, "Oh, Dad, please, you're not going to go to jail." I'm not sure if I'd get involved again because, such a simple matter that could have just been dealt with properly by the police in the first place is now I'm in a situation where I've got mounting legal costs.
And Adam will face his first court hearing next month. We'll keep you updated on how it goes.